custom rustic pot rack along with custom vinyl lettering using your Cricut. So today I am going to just show you the different fonts that I used and kind of the sizing and how I figured out how big to make everything. Of course, you guys are welcome to use any type of lettering that you prefer, but this is the lettering that I used if you like that and you want to create the same project that I had. So first of all, I will also be letting you know the different dimensions of the pot rack that I made. I ended up making this under $100. I pretty much used everything from Amazon, so you can don't have to go into the store. The only thing that I purchased was 3 pieces of wood at Home Depot, which you can actually just have them load it into your car, and the wood only cost about $12 for the 3 pieces. So I will be posting the links and the dimensions on how to make that. But first off, this was, I just wanted to show you, this is kind of the sizing that I did. So I did kitchen on the side, and I measured and I determined that I wanted the kitchen to be about 12 inches wide. So I went ahead and used, as you can see down here in the corner, Candle Mustard was the font that I used. I have downloaded Candle Mustard along with Barisco Rustic, and the chickens were Caulk. And those were the 3 different fonts, and I downloaded those off of dafont.com, which I will be posting also how to download the fonts from there. So if you just type in Barisco Rustic, Candle Mustard, and Caulk into Dafont, you can use these same fonts. Again, they're free for personal use. But yeah, I just wanted to show you, this is kind of the layout that I used. So all you need to do is type text. And for this, I just typed in kitchen, and then what you do is you highlight it, and then you click up here, you go to system. Not if you go to all, you can do all, but I click on system, and that tends to not have a bunch of the Cricut Access fonts. And then I just type in Candle Mustard after I've downloaded it, and then you can see here it changes that into kitchen. I went ahead and did the swash separately because I wanted it to be just a little bit over the 12 inches. And then, so that I just kept kitchen. Then all you need to do is just drag and resize. If you need to make it skinnier, all you need to do is click the unlock button here. Taller and skinnier, and then you can drag and stretch it however you want. So if you want it to take up more space or make it longer, but I went ahead and did it just about 2 inches for the main lettering, and then the K went down a little bit more. My wood was a 1x4, so I had plenty of room on the top and the bottom. And then for the, or actually I'll go over Made with Love. So all I did was, you can do one of 2 things. You can do text and you can do Made with Love as one. And again, it's going, then you just click on this one and then do Barisco Rustic. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then what you want to do is, again, I just sized it. I measured between the wood slats where I had gaps. I wanted each one to be about 4 inches. So I just kind of dragged each of I moved it over and just dragged it to be 12 inches total. What the problem with that is, if you do not make these into separate words, when you go to hit make it, it is going to, here you can see, it's going to put it over here, and it's going to smash a couple of the other things out of the way. So the best way to do it is to make it most efficient with your vinyl is to go ahead and highlight the word and hit ungroup. That is going to make every letter on the side separate. And then what I end up doing is I just highlight each word individually and hit group. And then that way I can move love separately and do the same thing so if it's ungrouped, it's all separate, as you can see that. So then, oops, and then you just highlight the word that you want and then hit group, and then I did the same thing with made. And that way, when it goes to print, it's going to keep those words together, but it's going to make it the most efficient and use the least amount of vinyl. I am all about efficiency and not wasting, so I want to find the best way for the layout, which the Cricut automatically does for you. So I'm going to go ahead and erase those. And then for the chickens, what I ended up doing is I could not remember which every one of them were, because if you have all of the different characters, so what I ended up doing is I typed all of the letters, and then I went ahead and highlighted that because I could not remember which ones I liked, and so I highlighted that and I clicked on the cock. And then basically I kind of went through and I was like, okay, I don't like A, B's okay, I definitely don't like these ones. And so I went through and I just found the ones that I liked. You know, and I wanted them facing each other because I put one on the left and one on the right of the 4 signs made with love because of the gaps that I had. So that's how I found those, and I just kind of trial and error, just typed all in the characters and I found the ones that I liked. And then the last thing that I did was the swash. And so then I want to say it was the parentheses, so let's find. Candle mustard. Yes, okay, so it's the in parentheses is the swash. And then I just kind of measured it and been like, okay, how big do I want that? Because you end up just putting it right here on the end of the N, so it fits well. So I just kind of eyed it and figured out, okay, I kind of wanted it about the same size as this one, so this one's just a little bit bigger. So I just sized that, and I left that by itself because it's pretty easy to put that on the end separately, and then that way I can go over the 12 inches. I could also go this way, but my vinyl lettering is only 12 by 12, so I needed to keep this one separate. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that this is what the layout that I used and the fonts that I used, but feel free to use anything that you like. And yeah, if you are interested in downloading any of these free fonts to use for personal use, please look for my my video on how to download free fonts from dafont.com, and that is a very simple, easy way to get a really fun different fonts to fit your style of your house. And then the next thing, what you do is you click on Make It, and it will design and put it where it's the most efficient. Here, I need to delete that. I just had a separate width down here because the other words did not, I wanted you guys to be able to see what font that I was using, so I'm going to erase that real quick. And then all you need to do is click on Make It, and it will automatically place it where it's most efficient. And then all you have to do is hit Continue, and then it will start printing. So the next step is you want to go ahead and peel the vinyl off the mat. And as you can see, it did not cut all the way through the sticky part. And then there's my design here. So now the next thing I'm gonna do, just to save this other part that I'm not using, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this part here to use for future projects. Set that aside. Okay, and so the next thing you want to do. Okay, so now we're going to be taking a corner and start separating the letters and the chickens in this case. So peel nice and slow. If the image or the letter is sticking to it, you can use a tool or your fingers to help hold that down. And this is called weeding. So to weed this image. There we go. And then I'm just going to take my tool and just carefully separate the inside of these letters that did not come out. Chicken's wing over here. There you go. Okay, so now the next step, in order to get the spacing right, you take a clear sheet. This came with the vinyl that I purchased, but you can also use contact paper. So this is, sometimes you can reuse this with each, for at least several transfers. So you peel off the backing, and I would keep that. And then just stick this over the top of your image. And get it as even as you possibly can. At least that it sticks to that. And then now what you do is, now you peel this part off and it will stick to the clear sheet. Sometimes you have to lift the corners up in order for it to start releasing. Right. And after I am finished with this, I will show you how to apply the vinyl to the pot rack. Okay, now I have measured the width and found the center, and then I also have measured my word kitchen that I want to put on the side, and I made a dot on the back side of the C here for the center. So now I'm going to line up the dots, both of the dots. Once you're happy with the position, go ahead and press all the way across, starting from one corner, pushing, making sure that it's making good contact. Once you've gotten all the bubbles out and you feel like it's got good contact, then you can start peeling away that clear sheet. And it sticks nicely to the wood. And there's kitchen. So you can see I have a little swash that I'm going to put here, but I'm going to finish the other side first. It's down here, so it's kind of hard to get to. So I'm going to put on these other words and the chickens on the side, and then I will show you the finished product. Okay, so now this is the finished product. So as you can see, kitchen. And then up here, so I have the chicken, and it says made with love. And then the other chicken. And there it is. So I will also put, I made this myself, under $100 for everything. And if you are considering a pot rack and you're wondering, hey, but my pots may not be very clean, well, I found this amazing sponge that is like a magic eraser, but for pots, and they keep them amazingly clean. And I will attach the link to those as well.